Welcome back to finals for our final pre-Houston tournament. Our final tournament for 2 weeks, actually. I'm looking at the schedule over there. 2 Saturdays from now, that is the 28th, will be a Go doubleheader. And then on the 29th, there will be the BG Cup, right? Yeah, Cup. That'll be important. Y'all go to that. But in any case, we're getting into finals here. Benny and Joe as our final 2. Benny running that Chien-Pao, Urshifu, Raging Bolt, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Landorus, as we saw earlier. And same with Joe. We've seen him twice on stream as well. Kommo, Ting-Lu, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Porygon 2, and Flutter Mane. We haven't seen this specific matchup yet, and I'm kind of curious how it turns out, because Urshifu Rapid Strike plus Chien-Pao does a lot of damage.
Yeah, we've seen both of these players on stream, I think like twice each today already, but we haven't seen them battle each other. I think that the first thing we're noticing against Benny's team as Joe's that Trick Room is like kind of a really good option into Benny's team. It's like speed focused.
You also have to make sure though that if you go for Trick Room that Porygon doesn't just like drop before you get to.
Yeah, there is.
And I guess you have the option of
how to like threaten like an early drop on Porygon 2, but
there's just always a lot of damage on Benny's side, and you also have to be worried about Raging Bolt setting up in front of stuff. Like,
yeah, and it's like, is Ting-Lu as good into Benny's team as it's been into the other players today?
Yeah, there's not as much in terms of special attackers. It's just Landorus and Raging Bolt, where a lot of other people have had a bit more reliance on them, but in this case it's just the 2. But we're going to see it. Benny and Joe as our final 2 here. It's going to be the Kommo and the Amoonguss as the lead on Joe's side. Very defensive. And Urshifu and Incineroar on Benny's side. So the Intimidate does go down onto the Kommo, which does weaken the Iron Head if it wants to go for that, but the Body Press is the main option for it. Spore is available. Urshifu is Terra Steel, keep in mind, so it can't Terra Grass out of the Rage Powder. It doesn't. Incineroar has the goggles, though, so Incineroar can sit around on it if it wants. And
yeah, and the Kommo is pretty free to go for super effective body press into Incineroar. Incineroar would have to Terra Ghost to get away from that.
That or even just setting up with Iron Defense, just saying, okay, we are going to sit here for a little while.
Yeah, especially if you like call that he's not going to use Fake Out from Incineroar, you can get a free Iron Defense.
We're going to have 2 Pokemon on the field that are not susceptible to Spore. That is what Benny is prioritizing here.
Yeah.
Ooh, but Amoonguss switches right out of there. A clever little play. And getting the Incineroar in to get the attack drops on both these Pokemon now.
And it does go for the Fake Out on Kommo and gets us, so we're not going to see much happen this turn. Do we recover all that HP back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's even before the leftovers, keep in mind. That was just the grassy terrain.
So we have Fake Out on both sides available right now. I think
is true. Rillaboom should be faster.
Yeah, so you could pressure Fake Out onto the opposing Incineroar. But then you're letting
Or just go for the Kommo again.
Yeah, then you're like letting Kommo like use Iron Defense. You don't want that. Because you can't Parting Shot an Iron Defense boost away from it.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And also, you have to keep in mind that you do have a lot of Pokemon that are physical attackers. That's what we were talking about with Ting-Lu. So it ends up being more of a problem relating to Kommo than it is for other stuff.
Yeah, so Vinny has a nice taunt on Incineroar, so now Kommo can't use like Iron Defense and Protect. So we're going to see Incineroar Parting Shot the opposing Incineroar and switch out.
Yeah! Incineroar Gaming! Send me Amoonguss! Yeah!
Because why not?
Okay, maybe this will take as long as the first match you saw with Joe. I forgot that Benny's on stream now. Alright, Kommo, full HP, taunted.
They're not being threatened by much damage from these Pokemon right now.
Yeah.
Rillaboom and Incineroar, you kind of need to switch back into something that can hit it.
Something that can do something.
Yeah.
Something that can participate in the battle.
And Amoongus can always just try to spore if we think we're going to switch into something that is susceptible to it. You're going to see Raging Bolt come in place of the Rillaboom. And then we'll see Booster Energy take off. It's been special attack.
I like this. Ooh, and the Amoongus switches out, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Is it the Incineroar?
Back into
It's Incineroar!
Oh
yeah.
This now, if
that's what we like
track
to
this,
see.
it's the shiny Incineroar is at -3 attack.
Ooh, and we get the Terra out of Joe's side, so we will finally see it.
Terra.
Oh wait, no, that's Benny's Terra. Benny went for the Terra Ghost here to avoid getting hit with a body press now.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like walled out the Komodo.
Oh, but the body press went to the Raging Bolt slot, calling that. So Joe made some really good plays there.
So now the opposing...
But Raging Bolt will just be able to sit here for sure. Raging Bolt's still in a pretty good spot.
So you have Fake Out as Joe, and you can still Fake Out this Bolt, so we're probably going to see you have to use Protect to dodge that.
Yeah.
And then, really, Komodo's taunted and everything, but it's still like... I don't know if it's worth
not doing
out.
No damage.
Yeah, like it's still doing
It might be worth switching out just because you can get in other Pokemon that you can switch in and out. Like you could switch into Amoongus.
Yeah.
He might be switching into Amoongus. Ooh, it's Fluttermane,
okay. This is the Specs one, yeah.
It is Specs Fluttermane, which does leave it somewhat susceptible to the Thunderclap. Have to be a little worried about that. Incineroar goes for the Parting Shot. Which Joe's Incineroar, that means it did not go for the Fake Out.
It didn't, but it also can't use Parting Shot because it's taunted, so...
It is taunted, so it has to be attacking.
Or Flare Blitz. Oh my god, imagine Flare Blitz.
It's knock into that Rillaboom slot, which means the Assault Vest is gone, which matters against the Fluttermane to some substantial degree.
Because Specs versus non-Assault Vest Rillaboom, I think a Moonblast can take that out if it wants. Raging Bolt is a little afraid of Fluttermane right now, I think.
I think you're just switching. I think we're switching here. I think we click our switch button.
To bait out Thunderclap so you don't take damage from it, yeah. Back into Amoongus.
I'm having the time of my life here watching this game. I love Incineroar. I'm a big fan of Incineroar. He's got funny goggles on. At least we're not seeing Spore because we got Incineroar here. That guy's awesome. Raging Bolt switches out, so the booster energy is gone. It can Calm Mind back up to get the boost back, but loses its item there. Incineroar does come in exchange to give Fake Out pressure. Ooh, and we get Joe's Terra. That is big. Sitting up in chair, seeing the Terra, and it is the Flutter. I was wondering if it would be.
It's Terra Grass. This is, so you could have resisted Thunderclap if it had stayed in to use that.
Thunderclap and also Woodhammer.
Wow.
Ooh, the critical hit Dazzling Gleam onto the Rillaboom, but it's not enough to pick up, but the Woodhammer recoil will be. And that means Rillaboom drops, and if this is a knockoff, it actually might KO the Incin here. It's Flare Blitz. I don't think that'll get it. It's not bad damage. It's pretty bad damage. It could burn also.
No burn.
No burn.
And we have Fake Out. Benny's Incineroar can use Fake Out this turn, right?
Correct.
Or was that last turn?
Correct, yeah.
So, and now you can do it into Fluttermane.
Yeah, and I think you need to get Raging... I think you need to get Raging Bolt on the field.
And try to use, like...
And try to get set up, yeah. Because I think you assume Fluttermane switches out here. A safe assumption.
Yeah, you don't want to get faked out when you're like choice specs, like that sucks.
Yeah.
Then Urshifu is kind of just free to attack the Fluttermane slot if you're like worried about if you use fake out on it.
This is a really tough call. This is a really tough call.
You're calling the switch on the flutter main,
It's gotta
right?
be a switch. It's
Yeah.
literally. There's no world where Joe does not switch out this flutter main right now. Yeah. I was like, there's literally no universe where this does not happen. It's probably it's Como.
Well, you would resist the water.
I was wondering if it would be a double switch also, and it is. So I was correct. And I think Benny called that straight up exact. It's close combat into the Como. About the best damage you're gonna get.
Not quite half.
Yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, maybe a Surging Strikes will take it out from there.
Oh, that taunt is nice on Amoonguss.
Yeah, and then
that's
taunting the
great.
Amoonguss, which I like that. I like that. You know what? That was good. I like that quite a bit. And now you can, I don't know, focus down the Como.
Yeah, I was like, what's Urshifu doing now?
I don't know, probably clicking Close Combat. Or Surging Strikes. Probably Close Combat. The nice thing is, Amoonguss can't click. If Amoonguss clicks Clear Smog into Urshifu, it takes away the Close Combat debuffs, yeah.
Yeah, Amoonguss kind of just is very pressured to switch.
Amoonguss is pressured to switch, Como is pressured to do something. He's kind of just sitting there. It should go next, which is the good thing. Ooh, Iron Defense. Does it take this hit? If it does, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's not fine.
Oh, wow.
Burn?
No.
Oh! And the falling buff!
Wow.
No way! Oh, so close there, but not gonna do it. Como hangs on. And now it has the Iron Defense up.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's pretty good for Joe.
But it resists Surging Strikes, so it's still not going to do that much damage.
Yeah, I don't really know what the answer is here.
You need to knock off the leftovers, for sure.
I think you have to switch Incineroar into Raging Bolt and accept Urshifu's death. Or forfeit. I mean, you could have just waited another, 15 minutes for Joe to run out his timer. My cap on my water bottle dropped. Joe won game 1. Good job to Joe. I really liked the 4 that he brought. I think the way that he played around Amoonguss was really good. Incineroar got a lot of value. Kind of everything got a lot of value. Fluttermane got to do big dazzling.
Yeah,
gleam.
we got to see Fluttermane do its one important attack throughout the battle, and then Como just tanking like that.
At the end of the day, a lot of this matchup is just coming down to who's calling the switch turns.
Yeah, there's a lot
better
of
and who's getting something out of the switches.
Yeah, the right time to either call the switch or attack into the switch and get something accomplished, like the taunt we saw coming into the switching in Amoonguss.
Because we saw Ting-Lu and Porygon as the ones who didn't show up there. And I'll say more quietly that I think Lando answers all those other Pokemon really well. Not incredible, but a lot better than Ting-Lu and Porygon 2 are the things on this team that Lando's afraid of. And if we don't see either of those, then Lando's a really nice brain.
Yeah.
I think I like this 4. I worry about not having Urshifu there, but I think it's fine if Joe brings the same 4 or a similar 4.
Alright, so this is game 2.
This is game 2. Joe could win the finals right here. Get a challenge victory, the 15 points or whatever it is. It is the Como Amoonguss lead again up against the Rillaboom and the Lando. Lando is in, and the nice thing is Lando takes very little damage against Como. Not much damage against Iron Head, not much damage against Body Press.
Yeah, so you're kind of free to sub here if you're worried about getting
spored. You can get
a
sub up for the Spore, which is really nice as well. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. There's not really a lot that Joe can do about this play other than switch. He's not going to switch just yet. It's a fake out. There's sub. Could be a Body Press plus Spore into that. Well, no, because Como flinched. I'm paying attention, don't worry. And yeah, Benny
so
calls that perfectly.
Yeah.
So Benny is safe behind his funny little doll. Does Komao switch out? Does Amoonguss switch out? Do they both switch out? Do neither of them switch out?
All these questions.
All of them are options. All of them are legitimately possibilities.
Like we're switching out, probably.
I think it could legitimately be a double switch. I think Komao is gonna sit around. I think if I had to call my shot here, come on, play Pokemon.
Go attack. Yeah.
I think if I had to call my shot, Amoonguss is switching out into Ensign. And I would like to see that called. Ooh, no switches. Okay, never mind. I'm a huge loser. And I lied.
That was a lot of damage.
A lot of damage into Komao, indeed.
Side.
Ooh, Iron Defense goes up.
Oh, we're gonna see a Pollen Puff again.
We might see a Pollen Puff, but I don't know how much damage it's going to. Yeah, it will take the hit, but it won't take another one. Like, it's not getting better against Earth Power.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's Terra Steel, so it's not gonna get any better against Earth Power. So yeah, I think Incineroar is a really nice call here, just because you now have the Fake Out pressure back in. Probably for the Amoonguss more than anything else. Because yeah, you get the Pollen Puff. You get the stupid Pollen Puff. And you're oh my, there's so much passive healing! I don't actually know if Earth Power KOs from this range.
Or if it protects from
all the healing. Yeah, Protect plus Switch is an option. Protect plus I don't know. Protect plus something. I think Protect plus Switch is the only thing that really makes sense if it's a Protect. Because it's not like Amoonguss can do anything, and instead you're just letting Amoonguss
you're
take damage.
The Landorus' sub, just like untouched.
You can't Spore either of these slots. But I feel like Komao will protect. Okay, it is protecting some nonsense. Leave the Fake Out into that slot. What is Amoonguss gonna do?
Yeah, is it just
what is this guy's plan? Haha. Hi.
Only Earth powered that. Wow.
Yeah. So that is a big chunk of damage in the Amoonguss. And honestly, just focusing that slot down with this should not break.
No.
And that's what matters, is that it doesn't break.
Yeah, there's no way that breaks.
Now the thing is that Amoonguss slot is really easy to Earth Power, because you either KO Amoonguss, or you KO Ensign, or you probably KO Flutter.
Yeah,
and you're still behind sub, so you're safe.
Yeah, and you can't really do anything.
And meanwhile, Incineroar, I like the idea of, you could Terra if you want, you could also knock off the Komao, or you could just switch with Ensign. I think that's really plausible if you just want to say, okay, Ensign goes somewhere else for right now.
Yeah.
And get the Rilla in, because I think the Rilla might be nicer in this spot. Oh, come on, you don't need the Komao right now. You don't need that guy right now. You don't need that guy right now, you want the other guy. The other guy's the guy that keeps the other guy alive. Come on. Alright. I like this play from Benny. It's because that's the exact play I suggested, so that's why I like it.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Rillaboom come in for the Incineroar this turn. And Amoonguss goes for Rage Powder here, so that it will redirect this Earth Power into it. This should KO based off the last turn.
No doubt. Yep. There goes Amoonguss. That is big. Amoonguss is like the quiet core of a lot of these teams, just because it gives you HP and it gives you
like redirection.
The thing is, it regenerates its own HP with Regenerator. That's what the ability name means. And so it means that the stuff next to it is able to linger around a lot longer, and one Pollen Puff gets you so far.
Yeah, especially on this Komao, where after you get Iron Defense boosted.
The nice thing is that because the Rillaboom came in, and the Body Press got down onto the Lando, but because the Rillaboom is in, Fake Out Pressure is still available for Benny?
The Komao, yeah. Or against the Komao.
Yeah, against the Komao. So yeah, when Flutter wants to come in here and be like, haha, I'm Flutter main, I get to trap you with, like, Gleam plus Body Press or something. But that isn't actually the case because fake out's available. Benny can even play this a little bit calm and careful. I like this actually. I like this play a lot.
Yeah,
because I think the focus,
you don't even
all of the focus from Joe really wants to be on the Lando right now, but because Lando's the one thing that takes that's able to do damage to Como through the iron defenses, or the one iron defense, but all the defense that it has naturally.
Right. So Lando protects. Yeah.
Okay, if Rillaboom gets through this turn, I'm pretty sure this should KO. Ooh, Como protects as well, yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense from Joe's side for the fake out, but...
oh wow, Shadow Ball into Landorus. No.
That's really good for Benny.
Do we use Woodhammer? Yeah.
It's Woodhammer. Wow. That should KO. Yep.
Yeah, easy.
That is really good for Benny.
Take a decent chip of recoil, but not really nothing to worry about.
It's not a lot of damage, and at this point, you're in a really clean spot to just, like, slow the game down to try to clean this one up.
Yeah, you can't dodge this fake out as
yeah, you do need to play a little bit weird, like you're probably gonna have to switch out the Lando here, I think.
You could just let it get faked out.
I guess I'd be concerned about whether fake out plus body press KOs, because if it does, then you're in a lot of trouble. If it doesn't, then you're totally fine. But just for this one fake out turn, like, this is basically a protect on the Landorus. A protect that costs Incineroar maybe all of its HP, but it's a protect.
It's nice to see this Intimidate.
It is, yeah. Because now Como is doing, like, just nothing with the Iron Head, so all it can do is the body press, and yeah, there's the fake out into that slot, there's the body press, yeah. Goodbye, Incineroar. Goodbye, my big funny lad.
I think that's a fair trade. I think it's worth it.
I think that's absolutely worth it for Benny. And we will get the U-turn out for the Rilla. But that's funny, because now I think you just end the turn with Rilla and Lando on the field together, but now you have the fake-out pressure, and you have the protects available. Because now you can fake out the Como, Earth Power the Incin, and just win.
Yeah, you don't have Terra on that side, do you? Did we use it? You can Terra the Incin or Bug.
Yeah, I guess Terra hasn't been used yet.
Yeah, I still think you fake out. Yeah.
That's reasonable. Because Como probably protects. For being honest.
Probably.
I think this is a pretty easy. We're just gonna protect Como type deal. I guess Joe's out for this play would be Terra Incin. Oh, there's the Terra. Would be Terra Incin and then go offensive with Como. But I still think that he has outs for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Terra. Keep in mind, Incin is still -1.
Yeah, it's not gonna do much damage.
Yeah. It'll do a solid chunk. Like, I think it probably 2-shot from that range. Body press? Lando takes that. That's what was important, is that Lando took that body press.
Yeah, because it outspeeds at this point. The Como is gonna have to protect.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of awkward in the sense that Lando wants to hit Como with at least one big boom. Earth Power, probably.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it could be kind of awkward to try to win this if you're Benny. So I think this actually makes a lot of sense. I think this has to be the play. I don't have a Glide. I don't think that KOs. Might be just trying to get Rillaboom out of here. This is awkward. This is very awkward.
It is awkward. So we're gonna get
it's not a lot of damage.
Might not have been enough either, but I think it's because Incin outsped.
There's the body press. And we'll see. Maybe Incin just goes for Flare Blitz into that slot. No, it's Parting Shot. I guess just wanting to weaken the Lando a little bit. Or weaken the Rillaboom if Lando stuck around. I don't really know. That was weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird targeting choice. And you can tell Benny's kind of puzzling over the decisions here.
I think you just have to, like, attack
Landorus. Because you have sub, so you just get a second to protect. But this is a little scary, though, because it double up KOs. Because Body Press gets you down. I think Woodhammer should just KO the Ensign. It depends on speed, though. Ensign can be faster than Rillaboom in some cases. This one is not. Woodhammer, this should just KO. Yeah, it does. Okay. I was like, this should just do it. So
now you're safe. Komodo can't.
A million billion protects later. Lando does finally get there.
On just 4 HP.
Yeah, on four remaining HP, and it's just Como now left to deal with our big friend Como. Yo, the biggest protect of all time. Look at that guy. I like Como. I like looking at that guy. He's so funny looking.
Yeah, it's interesting. The shiny is interesting. Pink was
He's just hanging out. He's so little. Like, he's like shorter than Rillaboom by like a lot.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like a smaller one or if the Rillaboom's just like a bigger one. The sizes go so like extreme now. Like,
yeah.
in direction.
Yeah.
Probably saw how much Earth Power did. It's like about 75.
It's significantly over half.
Yeah.
And Chen Pao will do a nice. We'll layer a bit more on with Icicle Crash.
Although trade and protects, I guess.
Ooh, it does actually call out the Rillaboom there, but Rillaboom does take the hit and goes for U-turn into the Como. Gets right on out of there.
I guess you can have Fake Out later, but you would have to make it in a way where it's
one of these two Pokemon is going to still be around with the Como still on the field. If the Como gets through one of them will still be around, so you'll have the Fake Out pressure to help the other one. Oh, that makes a lot of sense also. I guess no reason to do anything else, because it's not like anything else is going to... Oh, that's actually... You could see Penny thinking for a minute about whether Icy Wind would do more damage because of the defense boost.
Yeah, it's like maybe... I don't know.
Probably not. You have Sword of Ruin.
Yeah, Sword of Ruin. I think maybe with that Sword of Ruin that was worth considering, but I doubt it.
Yeah, maybe after more Iron defenses, potentially, but Icicle Crash does land. This should like a lot. This should be the end of the game. Yeah, that does like half. Earth Power is going to KO, and we're gonna head to Game 3. Ring the alarm. Game 3 hype. I like the switch up for Benny there, just focusing on the Landorus and saying, okay, Landorus is going to do all the damage here. Now is Joe going to say, okay, I have to bring Ting Lu because Landorus is here. And then, how does that adapt from there?
Yeah, and then, it's like, do you trick them into bringing Ting Lu, and then you're like, now I'm going to bring Urshifu for the first time, like...
Well, and that's the thing, Benny brought Urshifu in Game 1, and it worked. It didn't really work, because it didn't really get to do anything because of Amoonguss. But Benny handled Amoonguss so well in that game number 2. Raging Bolt as well is a really interesting call, where it's like, do you want to bring it here? Is it safe to bring? And yeah, you can tell Benny's thinking really hard about this one. Joe's thinking very hard about it as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you do to switch up. It's like you can, if you want to bring Ting Lu to deal with the potential of Landorus to drop its special attack, but then you're like, kind of have to play around like dealing with your own Flutter Mane and like even P2 really. Yeah, I don't think you bring Bolt. I definitely don't think Bolt works.
I'll be totally honest, I blinked. I didn't see what he locked in, so it's going to be a mystery to me too.
Yeah, no Bolt. No drastic switch.
Alright, seeing it again. It is Porygon 2 and Flutter Mane versus Landorus and Chen Pao. So a lot of damage being threatened from Benny immediately. Do have to think a little bit about that. Porygon 2 does get the special attack boost. And that's the one thing, so we talk about the Icy Wind Chen Pao, and it's really nice in a lot of ways. You don't have Sacred Sword. You don't have that fighting coverage.
I was looking for that. I was like, so you can't hit it, the Porygon 2 with super effective damage. You can still hit it with, like, high power physical moves, but you're not doubling into it with physical moves, so it might be able to just
And the problem here is that Landorus has to worry about the Ice Beam from the Porygon too. And you can Terra, but you're using your Terra really early in a really specific spot.
Yeah, I mean,
knowing
Terra
that there's
still
probably
isn't bad
Body
into-
Press. But you're knowing that Body Press is probably there in the back.
Right.
And you want Landorus to be able to deal with that.
But for right now, on this turn, Terra's still looking
It's
pretty
really good this turn, yeah. It would let you do a lot more this turn. We're going to see Chenpao switch out. Oh, it's scary. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, so Rillaboom comes in.
There is our good friend Gorilla Boom.
We'll see Landorus protect on the first turn. We get to see what...
I'm curious if Joe calls anything here. It is just Gleam. And that does mean that Flutter's locked into Gleam. It's doing that. And it is Trick Room from Porygon 2.
So you'll probably want to get Fluttermane out of there now that you've set Trick Room, but both of these Pokemon are weak to Ice Beam. And the Porygon 2 will go first.
I think... Nintendo has to Terra Steel Earth Power the Flutter slot. You have to try to KO the Amoonguss as it comes in. I think you double that spot and hope that it's Amoonguss and that you get the KO.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
I think Earth Power into it, and then probably U-Turn, because U-Turn will be good enough. Because it's Fluttermane coming out, it's got to be Amoonguss coming in. Yep, there it is. Did Benny call the damage correctly? It's just, does this do enough damage? If it does, Benny's in an excellent spot. Ooh, and the Terra goes into the Porygon 2.
This is to dodge Fake Out.
To dodge Fake Out, and also to do neutral damage against Terra Steel Landorus. I wonder if he's calling that as well. But you're also making yourself weak to Sucker Punch, which is a little scary.
Yeah. So we're seeing both Terras come out here on the same turn on Game 3.
Yeah, it is Terra Blast.
Well,
is it going to be? Yeah, it's just that nice call from Joe there.
Yeah. Yeah, it does well.
Does a lot of damage, but not enough to KO. U-turn. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be enough.
You can bring in Ensign, though. It's got to be the Ensign.
Yeah, you want to use, like, Knock Off.
Yeah. Knock would be excellent to Porygon right now. And you also get to Fake Out the Amoonguss alternatively. Here's the Earth Power. Is it enough? Oh, it's barely not enough! Oh, that's so difficult. That's so tough. So now what's the play?
It's like you need Science Steer.
Yeah. Because I think you have to do something like Protect Knock or something. Or Protect... You've got to be protecting the Lando here.
Yeah,
you can't
you're not
switch.
Forward.
Yeah, I like this.
Going for knockoff.
Because they're not really afraid of what the Amoonguss can do. Yeah, because you assume the Amoonguss is going to switch out here. And it does. And the Como is what comes in. The Como's got to feel pretty good about clicking Body Press now. Terra Blast did go into that slot.
Alright, and then we're gonna see knockoff.
Oh, it's Parting Shot. Okay.
Get rid of that download boost.
Doesn't get rid of the download boost, but doesn't do damage to Porygon 2, which does concern me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is a little...
Because, yeah, it's got to be Rilla coming back in. We are playing balance gaming here. High-stakes balance gaming to get through Trick Room.
So who do
And Lando is actually healing up a little bit of HP with this grassy terrain because it's Terra Steel, and I think it might have gotten it into range where it can do another sub. It might have been the last turn that it got that, but it might be able to sub still, despite taking over quarters of its HP from that first Terra Blast.
Yeah, because now it's not boosted, so it wouldn't do as much as it did before, and it did like over half.
Mm-hmm.
I think a switch out, switch out's safer.
But this is also pretty telegraphed, and Joe has also been kind of reading these telegraphed plays, so
yeah.
I'm curious if it will just be like a body press into that slot. Well, actually, no, there's a fake out.
Yeah, Rillaboom's doing fake out into the Komodo.
Yeah.
And then we get this free Terra Blast.
Ooh, okay, it is just into the Ensign. That shouldn't do a ton.
No.
Yeah, that actually does like nothing. But
And now you have Fake Out again.
Yeah, now you have Fake Out into the...
How many turns of trick switching? But no, we can't switch again and have... There's no way for Benny to have Fake Out again next turn at this point.
Correct, unless something faints. There's no way to have Fake Out again.
Unless you call it and switch Rillaboom out and then Parting Shot and then bring Rillaboom back.
I think you
But then you're not getting Fake Out this turn.
This is so tough. I think you have to make a really hard call here. So I think Amoonguss comes in on one of these. But okay, actually, no Amoonguss. I lied. I'm a huge liar. And no Amoonguss. Porygon 2 uses the Ice Beam.
Decent damage.
Good damage onto the Rilla, but it gets to U-turn out. That might be the end of Trick Room is the thing. And if it is the end of Trick Room, there are options for Benny.
Yeah. Do we bring back in? Okay,
including, yeah, I think the Chen Pao makes sense. Now the Chen Pao takes very little damage from Porygon 2. A lot, considering it's still a Porygon 2 and a Chen Pao, but... I mean, I look at the levels here, and both players have seen all of the other person's Pokemons, right?
Yeah, they've
all seen both of them.
Field, yeah.
Trick Room's over. Everything on the Como-O side for Joe is scared of Icicle Crash. Everything that could come in.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a
because
big
Crash should
hit.
just. I don't know if it KOs.
I don't think it
and
does.
The thing is, Terra's still available. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting turn. Because Benny might be able to slow play this out if Joe doesn't try to do something big here, like another Trick Room, but also if Joe goes for attacks, like a double up into the Chen Pao, but also Chen Pao could protect. And you get your... Ooh, okay, Icicle Crash does go down into Como, gets a good chunk of damage, not enough to KO, but a good chunk. Body Press goes into Chen Pao, goes down to the 1 HP on the Sash. Now, what does the Ensign? The Ensign goes for Taunt. If it's Trick Room, this is good for Benny. It's Trick Room.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, boy.
That was a good play, and we didn't get Trick Room back, so now Como is very threatened by another Icicle Crash.
Both sides really want to switch out here. Both of Joe's Pokemon really want to switch out here, and Benny's Pokemon feel pretty comfortable here.
Now that you've taunted Porygon 2, you could just go for a super effective knockoff and get rid of its...
You could, yeah, I mean, you theoretically could
an Icicle Crash.
Yeah.
I mean, Como could protect or switch out, but you're still using Icicle Crash.
Yeah, I mean, you either get really close to KOing the Flutter, or you KO the Amoonguss, or you KO the Como. And I actually like this quite a bit. Calling the Como protect. Yeah. And it's Parting Shot.
Now we're like
it's -1, I think.
-1, okay.
I'm saying it's -1. I got no clue. I genuinely.
It went up 1. And
look, keeping track of this is hard. Oh, but the HP bars are not where you'd want them to be.
Yeah, they're all kind of low, getting low.
The Ensign is the one that's in a good spot here. But this means that you have the damage with both these Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
So you could go for something like an Earth Power into the Como-O slot and a Sucker Punch, maybe. And you feel a little bit better about that. It's still taunted for one more turn. It's at -1 special attack, as we see. Oh, this is so tough. This is so tough.
Well, you have to attack the Como-O
yes.
now.
But you can attack it with either slot, is the thing. So either one of these Pokemon will drop to a hit from Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is almost certainly going to take a hit from them. The Terra's been burned on both sides. So we know that, like, Fluttermane can't Terra. We know that Amoonguss can't Terra. Alright. I like this I'm gonna say I like it. I don't know how much I like it, but it's probably good enough. it's probably a good play.
So we're switching out Chimpow for Incineroar.
Alright, there's the Ensign.
About the 5th Intimidate on that point.
Como switches.
Switch out.
Who is it going to be? Is it Flutter? It's Amoonguss. Okay, so if this is Earth Power, Amoonguss does drop. Okay, it's Earth Power into the Amoonguss. Amoonguss is gone. Goodbye to our good friend, Korean Amoonguss. We will never see him again today. There's the Terra Blast. If it's into the Incineroar... Oh, it's into the Incineroar! Benny called that really, really well, because Incineroar's going to take, like, no damage.
Yeah.
And that means that... oh, wow, that was a crit. Porygon 2 shook off the taunt.
Well, now... I guess you could just...
But now what do you do?
Again.
Yeah, you can taunt it again. Flutter Mane isn't going to KO it. I don't think. I don't know what Flutter Mane could do to KO the Incineroar here.
No, it can KO the Landers with Shadow Ball. But...
It could. But in that case, I wonder if you switch into like Rillaboom just to have the big man there to be a friend. But the thing is, how afraid are you of Trick Room at this point? Pretty afraid. Actually, you should be pretty afraid. You should be pretty afraid of anything.
Like a lip, not as much now that the Amoonguss is gone, but still the Como would be slower than your stuff, than your, like, legendary Pokemon.
There's taunt, so there's no knockoff on the Ensign. Oh my god.
Oh, there is no knockoff. That would be really nice right now, huh?
That would have been really nice for the last 15 turns. I like this ball. I like this style. There's the Protect. I think expecting Joe to expect a taunt onto the Porygon 2. Power Gem.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't KO the Ensign. Flare Blitz out of the Ensign, goes into the Flutter Mane. Not enough to KO, but it's a good chunk.
It's enough for it to KO itself with the recoil, though.
It is. Will Porygon 2 Trick Room?
Yep.
It does. Huh.
This is a little awkward now, but I think you bring in,
Chien-Pao has Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I guess you could Sucker Punch the Porygon 2, but that's not gonna knock it out.
It's not.
And you know that the Flutter Mane's probably gonna switch out, or do you, like, attack it anyways? And if you attack Flutter Mane, you give him a free switch into Komodo.
Does Lando take a Terra Blast?
I don't know. Maybe now after
-2 now. Yeah, it's -2 instead of, or it's -1
because the only damage
+1.
it took was from the +1.
Yeah.
Blast, so
yeah. It did get 2. It got a bit of grassy terrain back because you have to assume Flutter Mane switching out here. There's no way it's staying in. And in that case, you go Sucker plus... Oh, Flutter Mane decided to stay in! That's really bold, that's really bold, that's really bold, that's really bold. Okay, it might come down to whether Terra Blast KOs here. Hold your breath. It doesn't KO. Lando gets to go next, goes for the Earth Power and takes out the Porygon 2.
Yo, Flutter
Power Gem,
stayed in.
Power Gem will pick something to KO here. And that means Flutter Mane's stuck out here in Trick Room. Power Gem does stay. It's stuck clicking Power Gem under Trick Room even.
But hey, I got it and knew that was a crazy.
Oh man, this is still really close because now the Como comes back in. Oh man, and Komo's on actually really low HP. Rilla's in as well. Okay, the speed tiers here should be Rilla, then Como, then Lando, then Flutter, or is Como before Rilla?
I think Rillaboom is the slowest, and then Como.
And it does have Fake Out also. I think you can Fake Out Earth Power here, just to get rid of the Flutter Mane, just because you know that Como is not going to be a problem then. But then your issue is that can Rilla 1v1 the Como? Oh man, this is so close.
If you Fake Out the Como now and then take out the Flutter Mane, then it's just Como versus 2 things.
Yeah, but then Como gets to hit the Lando.
Landorus, right? But
does it take? Know. It can't possibly take 2 Wood Hammers, but it's gonna have so much recovery. It has leftovers still. It's got the grassy terrain.
It's bad.
Oh, I really don't know what's gonna. I don't know who's gonna win this. I really don't know. And protects are gonna matter so much.
The turn. So yeah, it's
so Rilla will go before the Como. That's a lot of recovery there.
If you could call, if you're Benny, you could protect Landorus, calling that Komodo's going to go for it.
But then if it goes for the Rilla, you're in an even worse spot.
I think that's the only win con here.
I think that's still the play.
Like, you have to hope Joe goes for the Landorus.
Because then you get an additional wood hammer out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's not a lot of damage. That is not a lot of damage. Does Joe call it? Joe does not call it.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay, how many turns of Trick Room?
How much Trick Room is left? Benny, help us out. How much
I'm sure he'll look.
Rilla did not take a lot of damage from that, also.
Yeah,
Komodo has so much recovery!
Yeah, Komodo can handle it. I think it's back to where it was.
It's pretty close. It's not back to where it was. It was back to where it was when it switched
It's definitely taking another one.
Oh, and it has Protect also to stall out.
I
didn't get to see how much Trick Room's left. I think it's 2 turns.
I think it's 2 as well. I think you have to double protect.
I think you actually... I don't think you protect here. I think Komodo protects. If Joe protects, he loses, I think. Joe could throw the game by protecting right now.
Yeah, I think he attacks.
There's the wood hammer. Oh, it's kind of close!
Yeah, it's really close.
It's kind of close! But the problem is, if there's 1 turn of Trick Room left, then Joe protects and then goes for the
What about
attack.
the grassy terrain? Can you grassy glide? I don't think grassy glide
Glide doesn't do enough.
after the recovery.
There's no way Glide does enough. And there's so much recovery! And there's 3 minutes left until the battle ends! Joe might run out of time again!
Okay, yeah. Trick
Room just ended. Okay, so Benny needed to stall at that last one, yeah, and there's the protect turn. Get even more recovery back.
Yeah, I think it's over.
I think that's gonna be it. I think the body press is gonna do it. What if it doesn't, though?
Maybe it used Iron Defense at all.
It hasn't used Iron Defense. It just switched back in.
It's still like...
It also has... It's getting so much recovery!
I don't even think... I think even if it doesn't...
Even if it does... Oh, it's Iron Defensing!
Okay, this is risking a crit.
Yeah, a crit wins it here. Oh!
Hey!
That's the critical hit for the win for Benny!
Yeah, there was
Joe
no
risks
reason
it
to
with the
risk
Iron
that.
Defense, and Benny wins it with the huge crit! That's a crazy one there.
Yeah, I really think body press would have just cleaned up there.
I think it would have,
Like,
and I mean, you're still at the same risk of a crit either way, because I don't think that you get taken down. That's
wow. That's crazy.
Real shoutouts to Joe, who lost 2 of the stranger battles I've ever seen.
Yeah, really.
Today on stream. And also, of course, huge shout out to Benny as our champion today. That was a really crazy one.
Yeah, that was a really good set.
In any case, that I gotta close out the stream now. Big thanks to Miguel running the tournament, Troy running the stream, and Nicholas for joining me on commentary today. Again, congrats to Benny for winning. We'll have a Pokemon Go doubleheader, Cup and Challenge here 2 Saturdays from now on the 28th, and then a VGC Cup the final weekend of Regulation F. That'll be on the 29th on that Sunday. Do not miss that. A lot of points on the line. Going to be really fun. And with that, that is it for us. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.